Jungkook took her phone and replied to that text himself, agreeing to meet the doctor, sending a few fake texts as a beg to not upload the pictures. A natural reaction that would come out of any woman. He could have gone ahead and easily get his hands on that man without ever pleasing his thirst, but he wanted him to have a taste of his own medicine. He looked at Vine sleeping beside him, holding onto sheets tightly, his one arm wrapped around her body, keeping her warm. Getting off the bed, he left the room taking with him only his dagger that had his initials carved on it. He told Vine that he was going to take care of it tomorrow, but he was not planning to leave her side while she was conscious and leave her to stress in that condition. Reaching that place, one text was enough to bring that so called of a man out. No soul was there to witness a man unleash his anger, like a devil. From baking his hands, which dared perform that sin, and removing his eyeballs, which he used to look at his wife. He took his time, giving that man the pain no one could ever imagine, till he was begging to die. But he certainly was not blessed with death, as Jungkook left him there in the jungle to be eaten by eagles. Did it satisfy him? Lessen his anger by an inch? No, it didn't. Yet he returned and washed himself of every dot of blood off his body and clothes before he skipped in sheets beside his wife, who was still sleeping peacefully. He back hugged her and kissed her shoulder, making sure not to disturb her sleep. The next morning, Jungkook woke up early, unable to sleep properly. His eyes fell on her, and the sight was enough to give relief to his burning heart. He moved her head in his chest to avoid the sunlight disturbing her, and pressed a button on the remote to close the curtains. 1. Morning, she said lazily, stretching her arms only to curl up in his arms more. He brushed his fingers through her hair, finding her absolutely adorable. Jungkook, morning love, get up, you need to eat something. 1. I am hungry. Jungkook, yes, you are. He got off the bed, picking her up along him, and walked to washroom. 1. I'll tell my baby. Your daddy didn't let you sleep. Jungkook shook his head and kissed her cheek, putting her down on the bathroom floor. Jungkook, because daddy wants him healthy. Shower up, I'm waiting out. 1. Wait. She held his arm, suddenly remembering yesterday's event. Just the tense look on her face told him what was going on in her mind. Jungkook, I took care of it last night. You don't have to worry anymore. She sighed in relief, and it was as if such a burden lifted off her shoulders. 1. Okay. Wow. You see, baby, Daddy left midnight. God knows where. Too bad. Jungkook, I was not that serious when I said I was getting another you. He smiled with a tight lip and went out, earning a laugh from her, which brought a smile to his lips, knowing she was simply teasing him. Well, anything she wanted. 2.5 years later. Jungkook came back home and was welcomed by his daughter Eva, who crawled to him happily. She is always waiting for his father's return every evening. Jungkook gave away his coat to a maid and knelt down picking up his daughter and handed her a flower, which she took happily. She cupped Jungkook's cheeks with her tiny palms and kissed them, earning a chuckle from him. Jungkook, my beautiful place after a tiring day. Why? I am jealous, she said, leaning against the counter, looking at the father and daughter with love filled eyes, adoring the sight. Jungkook, hi love. He walked to her and gave her a whole bucket of flour, which she took happily and pecked his lips. When Eva went, trying to take the bouquet, wine started tickling her, earning a set of loud giggles from her, which made the couple smile. Wine, look at you, completely hijacking my husband, huh? You little bomb. Wine, change up. Let's eat something. You must be hungry. He left and she took Eva with her to dining table, giving her all the flowers she needed. Jungkook returned wearing a casual t-shirt and a loose trouser. His hair messed up in a way and he would want to brush their fingers through them. He kissed Eva's head and took a seat, helping himself with the food. Wine, did you bring her milk? He looked at her with a blank expression. Wine, what? I texted you? Jungkook, ah, my phone was off. I'm sorry. Wine, you never turned it off before. What sorry, Jungkook? What am I going to feed her? Jungkook, why is it my fault? You should have some left. Wine, no, and the market is going to be closed now. Jungkook, you should have asked someone else. Wine, why would I ask someone else when my husband was out too? She's your daughter. Jungkook, don't raise your voice at me. Wine, oh yeah, it's only you who can raise voice now. Jungkook, for God's sake, Wine, when did I ever raise my voice? Wine, what do you think you're doing right now? She slammed the table and her nose flaring with anger. Jungkook pinched his nose bridge and looked at Eva, who was quietly playing with the flowers. Jungkook, why are we fighting again? Wine, you raised your voice at me and forgot your daughter's milk. Jungkook, you did first, and for your kind information, I was not informed to bring anything and had no idea, so it's not my fault. Wine, did you see Eva? Your daddy dear doesn't care about you. Jungkook, stop transferring your attitude in my princess. He got up, taking Eva in his arms. Wine, I'm the one with attitude now. Jungkook looked at her with a face that he was going to blow out now. And that's when she laughed out, throwing her head back. Wine. Oh my god. Look at you. Getting up, she pinched his cheeks before kissing them, earning a scold from him. Jungkook. I get it. Why people say never bicker with your wife. You ain't going anywhere. Wine. That's rude. Jungkook. What you did was more. She smiled and gave him a bigger kiss on lips. Wine. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I was just teasing you. I still have an extra box left for her. Jungkook. Where is Jess? She's going to take care of Eva tonight. I have to take care of someone else first. She squealed and snatched Eva from his arms, hugging her tightly with a teasing look. Wine. Why would a maid take care of my child when I'm available? The scowl on his face deepened, and she wanted to take a picture. Wine. I go. I'm sorry. I was just teasing. Come on, the food is getting cold. He said again, and she kept kissing his cheeks time to time, saying sweet words, trying to melt him. And at the end, he finally dropped that scowl, knowing he was not going to stay mad for any long. That night went as beautiful as any other, with Eva sleeping on top of him and his wife beside him in his arms.